to the cloud. Okay. So I'm recording now. I'm going to be sharing my screen. And then also Rhea or Ray, if you have something you want to share on the screen, we can do that as well. So first, what I want to do is to, let's see here, go to the platform and share that. Okay. And so we are now all familiar with the platform. We actually, this is week 6, if you want to call it that. So today and Friday will be our last session, and we will be done with on the Right Track Cohort number 1. Again, as we've expressed, we're still here for one-on-one coaching and all that if you need it. So we encourage you to stay connected to us as you're kind of going through your business plans. We want to make sure that you have all the answers you need. Hopefully those of you that filled out your form to connect with Jacob, that you've already done so, and that maybe his services somehow can assist you or help you. So hopefully he's followed up with you. I know a few days last week he was under the weather, and so he was just getting back in touch with people. So again, you can always go to the content library as we've shared with you. There's a lot of stuff in there, but you know, you can always look at the recordings. I haven't uploaded week 5 yet, but I will do that, and the actual platform will still be available to you. So what we're going to do is just let you know when it's not going to be available anymore, just in case you want to go in there. But all the past assignments that we've had in the past, some of them are here. So you can still download if you need to download past assignments in the content library. Also under your program tab, then there are some more documents that are there that have just been uploaded. So you can look at those documents and see what we have. So there's still a lot out there. So you want to look at those and download them if you want them on your computer, so that when we clean the slate and you won't have access to the platform anymore, at least you will have the documents. Maria has put in 2 PowerPoint presentations for marketing and website. Ray has a document on there as well for the cohort case study, questions, answers to those questions that were asked. And so there's still a lot of good information here. On today and tomorrow, we're just gonna go through the pitch session on how to pitch. I did want to share with you, and hopefully all of you got the email that there is a pitch competition that is happening that you can register for. It's called the Southside Pitch. And this would be a great opportunity just to try. You know, you might not think you're ready, but you never know. So I would encourage you. I think I sent everybody an email for the Southside Pitch. It is not required that you live on the South Side. It's required that you do activities and work on the South Side. So there is the link so that you can actually go and read the information as it relates to that. So I would encourage you to do that and see if you qualify. So on our portal, we do have this tab here, and it's called Elevator Pitch. So I want to kind of refresh your memory about this. I'm going to try to blow it up a bit so you can see it. This is the growth wheel document, and it's been out there a while. So it helps you to kind of figure out what your elevator pitch is going to be. So it gives you some startup phrases that maybe you can utilize so that when you pull your elevator pitch together, you have the who, the what, the why, and the how. So you want to, maybe you can use this unless you have something already, but the way you use it is it gives you the topics. You can type in the audience. So here, my audience is going to be the South Side elevator pitch or South Side pitch competition. So if that's the case, and you can always remember, you download the document, save it to your computer, and then you should be able to edit the document and save it and that kind of thing, so that then it actually puts the information into the worksheet. So in this particular case, how do you use this? They give you beginning phrases that you can use, or you can do your own. So in this particular case, the who, you can use where we are, I am, or our clients include, or the reason why I started this company. So based upon what you want to do, and you finish the sentence. So I am Tamora Walls Consulting, you know, so that's my kind of intro. So I finished the sentence. So you don't need a lot because it's going to build up later. And then what? So we help our clients, or our product and services is, or our products are customized by. So I'm going to use our product and services, you know, help small businesses to develop plans, business plans, nonprofit grants, nonprofit 501c3s, you know, so forth. So you get the picture of how it works. So you fill that in. Once you do that, then you go to the next one where it says why, and says our clients buy our products because, or we're different because, or we had a client who experienced, we had a client who experienced. So you can fill in, hold on a second, I'm grabbing a chat or something here. Okay. All right. So I think everybody's in the room. I don't think anybody's in the waiting room. All right. So now you can actually, you know, kind of put in that information. So our clients buy our, it's not really products, it's services. So I can change that a little bit because they need to establish their business or nonprofit, you know, so real kind of simple stuff. And then the last thing is you can buy our products by, or it works by, or you can get in touch with me by. So I'll do this one. You can get it by emailing, or calling, or visiting our website, okay, at www.t, if I can remember my website, tw-walls consulting.com. Okay, so that may be good. So then you'll notice down here it says formulation of elevator pitch. So now you would put it together. So then you would say who we are. So Tamora Walls Consulting. Tamora Walls Consulting helps small businesses. And all I'm doing is using what I kind of prep myself to develop business plans, nonprofit, incorporations, advising, and advising services. So you know, that's kind of that piece. And then, you know, you can go a little bit deeper and say how they get into contact with you, or whatever the case may be. So advising services, you know, our services are affordable and competitive. You know, so again, just putting some stuff in there. We serve the Chicago land area and some, you know, the Chicagoland area and some outlining areas. So that's like, you know, Indiana, Michigan. So I've done some service for other communities. And then you might want to say, Tamora Walls Consulting, let's see here. Let me admit, somebody keeps popping out. Tamora Walls Consulting has been in business for over 25 years. Okay. And for more information, please see our website. Okay. And then you put www.twallsconsulting, okay, .com. Okay. So that's kind of like just a quick pitch. As you actually do a pitch, based upon the competition and everything, you may add more information. Some people do a pitch where they actually have a prop, especially if it's a product or something, or they may do a board where they illustrate their information. You know, so there are a number of ways that people do pitches. You might want to go on the internet and do a search and ask, you know, and search sample pitches or videos. I know some people have theirs on YouTube and stuff like that. So you can see how people are pitching, see how they flow, and that kind of thing. It should be something that you're very comfortable with when you do your pitch. But this sheet actually helps to kind of get the thoughts out. Of course, what I just typed may change, or I may add more stuff, but at least this is a start. So this actual worksheet could be very helpful to you in doing an elevator pitch. The goal is that you can get everything that you in an elevator pitch, you want to get it in within 30 seconds. It's almost like if you were in an elevator and you don't have time to actually get everything out, you want to make sure you hit key points. You want to make sure you're saying things that are really attractive to people. You want to make sure that you're able to communicate effectively. And you want to make sure that once you're done, you've provided who you are and how to reach you. And so that people can then ask more questions. And a good pitch is when people say, well, how did you do that? Or why do you do that? Or how you, and if you can get them after you've done your pitch and they start asking you questions, then you've done a good job. So you want to make sure that as you're pitching, you're really sharing information about, how to do that. Now, the other way of doing this, and I shared this with everybody, and I'm going to actually go to my live plan. So for those of you that have been on live plan, can you see my screen? Can you see my live plan screen, or am I somewhere else?
No, you're there.
Okay, so the other option is to go to your live plan. See if I can remember the password. And when you go to live plan, then you should be able to go to this tab that says pitch. Okay, and when you go to live plan, you do the pitch, you can actually start building your information in here. As you work on your business plan though, some of this information may populate in here. So when you do a live plan, this is another way that you can actually go online and that you're able to build your pitch here. So that then as you fill in the information that you need, it'll start to populate, and then you can use this as a pitch as well. So it's just a guidance for you to help you actually create something so that you're able to use it as a document in hand or something that you can actually practice. It would be good if you would be able to pitch without needing sheets of paper or anything. It's good when you do pitches where you can just flow, but you want to make sure you stay on track. So you want to kind of use categories like these so that then you can really share the pertinent information that they're looking for. So of course you're going to introduce yourself if you got a headliner or something like that. So my headliner is, and I can click here and describe it, or say my headliner is progression is forward motion. Okay, so that's my like little motto or whatever. So there it goes. So that's my motto there. Progression is forward motion. I can change the company name. So this particular case is Tomorrow Walls Consulting, okay, which is my company name. And you just click I'm done when you're done. So now you see how easy it is to go in there. So now you want to talk about the problem worth solving. You want to talk about your solution. You want to talk about your target market. You also want to talk about your competition and your landscape. So now as you're filling, you can actually, if you're doing your business plan right now, it should be populating this as well, because these are sections that you fill in for your business plan. So as you put in information from your business plan, you can take information and paste it in here, or you should be able to fill this information, it'll connect. Then it'll ask about the funding need. So how much money do you need? Why do you need the money? That kind of thing. Then you look at your sales and your marketing. How are you selling your product? And then the marketing, how are you marketing your product or your service? And then the numbers, of course, these numbers are kind of coming from when you're doing your financial spreadsheets and you're putting in information like that. And then any milestones. So milestones means that you've kind of made an accomplishment. So one of my milestones might be to have 10 customers, 10 paying customers by the end of 2020. Okay, so that might be a milestone. It is measurable. Why? Because I said by the end of 2020 and it's 10. So now when I get the end of 2020, I should hopefully have had 10 paying customers. So you can put that in as milestones or anything else. Maybe it's purchasing a building, or maybe it's acquiring new equipment and all of that, but you need it to be measurable. So you need to put numbers behind it, okay? Then you got your team and your key roles. So these are this is you, your CFO, whoever's on your team. You will put who they are and what they do. And then your partners. So any partner resources, so like the SBDC at Inglewood could be a resource to you, you know, and any other people that might be helping you, you will put that information there. So this is how you use then a pitch for using a live plan, okay? So you got two tools that you can utilize in order to complete your pitch, okay? So you got the growth wheel one, which is more of a worksheet, practice sheet. You would have to take that information and then maybe put in a Word document or something like that, and then that becomes your hard copy. Or you can come here and live plan and put it in here as well, so that then you have it all with your business plan. Everything is in one place. So that's why live plan is really good, because you can have everything in one place, and then you can actually print out your business plan. A few of you have actually provided what you worked on in your business plan. We've been able to edit it and talk to you about it. So that's why it's important to try to get it all consolidated into one space. So said a lot. Does anybody have any questions? Nope. Okay, does anybody want to pitch tonight? See how easy it was? I wasn't even ready. I just typed some stuff. So, but
hey, Tamara?
Yeah.
This is Ray. I was just thinking in terms of what you mentioned about taglines. You know, using a tagline that you have that you might have it as your maybe part of your logo, or something relating to how you know what your goal is with respect to what you're doing. Like one of the things I've done for a number of years is I would start off by saying something like, "My name is Ray Bacon. My focus is to help you to do less better rather than more worse." Okay, and so that's kind of an interesting thing to say, because it usually stops people cold, because it's kind of confusing. Okay, but you think about it, and then you can say, "Hey, wait a second. There's something onto this. This is something that can help me focus on things that are important and avoid emphasizing the things that aren't really getting me anywhere." And so my point is, though, is really, think of if there are some useful connections that you can leapfrog from, or you can leverage from with respect to your tagline.
Okay. Yep, definitely. I totally agree. Any other comments or questions?
I have a question. Well, you said that if we've been working on our business plan, that some of the information should come up in the pitch area, but math hasn't populated over there.
Okay, so in case you may have to actually then go and type, whatever you've already typed out. And that's why I suggest maybe using a Word document to put the information in. So then all you have to do is copy and paste it into these sections. Yeah. Okay. So if you worked on your business plan already, you might be able to go to the problem solving section in your business plan, and where it says problem, just go in there and copy that, copy whatever you typed here, and then come over to the pitch and click here, and then actually just paste here and say I'm done, and it'll pop right in there. So it might be just some copy and pasting, especially if you've already typed in your plan area already, you typed in a whole bunch of information, then you should be able to just highlight, copy, and then paste it in there in each of these pieces that you have.
Okay. The pitch isn't mandatory, is it?
Pardon me?
To enter pitch information, is it mandatory?
To do the pitch?
Yeah.
I would prefer you to try. So I would prefer you to at least try to do the pitch so you get comfortable with it. I would love to see all of you guys enter that pitch, that Southside pitch competition, and win the up to $8,000. That would be beautiful. So, and that's why we're sharing this information, so you can get comfortable actually doing the pitch, so that opportunities like that, when they come up, you'll be ready to go, because it's already typed out, it's already good. All you got to do is practice it and get it done. So it's according to how comfortable you are with it, but we just provided this opportunity. So we're not going to try to force anybody to do the pitch, but this is the best training ground to actually practice and do your pitch with us on the line, because we're not judging anybody or anything like that. We just want to help you to be able to communicate what you do and how you do it and who you're helping. So again, it's up to you if you want to do the pitch or not. We didn't necessarily make it a requirement, but I would hope you would maybe try to do it. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Any other questions? Any other comments? Okay. So we're going to finish early today, huh? Throughout this we're working on the survey now. We will be getting that out to you sometime this week, before Friday, for you to complete the survey. It's going to just ask questions about on the right track, things that you like, things that you didn't like, things that you wanted that you didn't get, so it's one of those. So it helps us to prepare for the next On the Right Track. I think many people are just getting the adjustment and getting used to kind of flowing with both of those platforms. So we are opening up the opportunity when we open up On the Right Track Cohort 2. If you'd like to repeat and you like to do it again, then you can, we're going to be sending out a registration form like we did before, and you can actually register. So we have one person that wants to pitch. So unmute your mic, your phone or computer. Yeah. You go right ahead.
Oh, I'm nervous.
That's okay. We all family right here. So just do what you just do what you do.
Okay. Hi, I am Charlene Barrios. I'm a child care educator. I provide quality care and education to children ages 6 weeks to 12 years old for 13 years. I started this daycare to be able to educate children with a developmentally appropriate practice to help them reach their developmental milestones. We provide a safe haven for parents that are working or attending school, where they will have no worries about their children while in our care. Our parents love our flexible hours, yoga for children, parent resource, reasonable prices, and transportation to and from school or home. You can call or visit by calling 742-9740, or you can email us at kidsfirst2040@gmail.com. Hope to hear from you soon. Thank you.
Very good. Nice. Very nice. It was thorough enough that I know what you do. I know how to reach you. I know what type of kids you're servicing and all of that. So that was great. And I've seen individuals that have done pitches like daycare and whatever. And, you know, when they're in front of a live audience, they bring props. So they bring their logo and it's on a nice big board. They have balloons, they have little toys around. So it looks like, and it's almost like Shark Tank. You know, you've seen Shark Tank and they bring all of the stuff. They set up the room, they set up the atmosphere. So that's also just another way to entice your audience. And you want to be ready also with the financials. So remember, you always got to go for the ask, you know, so you're pitching because you're asking, and what are you asking for? And so you kind of have to put that in there, that you have a particular goal or a particular project for expansion or something like that. Since you've been doing it so long, you want to expand, you want to get bigger, you want to be better. And particularly with COVID, you're having to expand a little bit more so you can accommodate more kids, which means that you need money for that. So when you figured out your finances, you know, of additional dollars or dollars that you just need to get started with, you want to be able to say what that is. You know, that I need $100,000 in order to do this, 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 and this. And so you list what you would use the money for. Okay, so you want to make sure, don't forget the money, especially if you pitching to people that you're asking money for, or if you're in a Shark Tank situation. Normally with Shark Tank, they're looking to invest and they usually want part of something. So you know who your target audience is. Like when we did the other sheet with Growth Wheel, I had to type in who my audience was, because everybody's the audience might be different. So in this particular case, you know, your audience might be your family, it might be your friends, it might be a personal investor or whatever the case. So you have to know kind of who they are and possibly what they're interested in investing in. But that was a great job, just from on the spot. You did a good job. I would just say add a few more things, particularly with the financing, making sure you say what, you know, you're pitching and you're saying what type of money. Now, every pitch won't necessarily be related to money. You may need other things. So that's why each of your pitches is going to be different based upon the person you're pitching to. But excellent job. Very good.
Thank you. I'll try again Friday. I'll make sure I
Okay.
put that in and try again Friday.
Okay. Ray or Rhea, did you have any comments?
I have a few comments. Just with respect to props, as an example, a daycare center, you should have, it's usually pretty ripe with some great pictures that you could show the audience, you know, about the different activities that you're engaged in. I'd be really interested in seeing the yoga exercises. That sounds, you know, something that's way different from what I imagine, you know, kids being, you know, something that is, you know, kind of you know, mystic, you know, is unusual for little kids who are bouncing all over the place. But I would be interested in seeing that as an example. I mean, it's unusual. And again, you know, the ask factor is important, but you know, you don't want to oversell it. You want to make it clear that, you know, here's my objective as it is right now. And then you might be thinking of, well, as Tamara said, my next goal or next milestone is to do this new thing. and then talk about what you might need to facilitate that. But again, I thought you did a great job. Thank you.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, great job. Don't be afraid to just jump out there. So you did fine.
Thank you.
That's what you gotta do. You gotta, every time you jump out there, it's gonna get easier and easier and easier, and then we won't be able to stop you.
Yep. Anybody else want to try their pitch? Just to try it out, see how comfortable they are. You can utilize both the tools. So if you just want to read from them, that's fine. If you already have some notes, if you've already working on your business plan and you just want to pitch, this is your opportunity. No, so everybody's gonna do it Friday, right?
I get confused. Well, I don't get confused. It seems a little hard because I offer so many things with my business, and they're all pretty cohesive. But I think, yeah, I get confused as to what I would really be pitching. I know that when I talk to people about it, they say, "Oh, well, that's a lot," but it's still, to me, it flows and it makes sense. I just have to find a way to put it all together where I can relate the message without people thinking I'm doing too much.
Okay, and that's why sometimes you gotta select the target audience and figure out what they want to hear. They might not want to hear everything that you do. So once you pick the target audience, meaning that name one thing that you specialize in. Just one of the things.
Well, I do dressmaking, so I do special occasion formal wear. So I'm a designer and a dressmaker. But my focus with the shop, my ultimate plan is to have a boutique where you have the ultimate experience. So I'm offering lessons for people who may want to do consignment one day, but I'm offering racks to designers that are home based because we can't afford to open a space downtown because it's $5,000 a month. So I offer the opportunity to rent a rack. So I don't know how to separate that because it's all important that, you know, well, I don't know. It's not all important. Maybe
Okay.
important.
So I mean, pretty much you want to think about, even with your business, there is a specialty. So you're doing, you know, dressmaking and weddings and that kind of thing. And then you have an everyday kind of thing with the boutique. And that might be how you separate that. You know, it's almost like when you go into a store and you have the headers for each of the aisles. It's a lot of stuff in there.
Right.
But you highlight, or the aisle sections kind of prevent me from having to go up and down all aisles. The same thing is with your pitch. So you might want to highlight, we offer daily, you know, or everyday, off the rack, you know, boutique, but we also offer specialized things related to events, custom making, you know, so separate them, but put them in groups and keep everything concise so that then people can say, oh, she does just the daily stuff, regular stuff, off the rack, that kind of thing. But also you have specialty, custom designing and that. And so you may need to highlight or give a header for what, as you're pitching, but just get a little bit. All you want to do is entice them. So that they'd be like, oh, what's the off the rack again? Well, that's a conversation after the pitch, because when they start asking questions, that's when you go into a little bit more detail. But what you want to do is just kind of give a little brief snippet. And so you might have to put these things in categories. And then if somebody asks a question, that's when you go into detail.
Yeah.
Ray, did you?
Another thing that I know, Dorothea, you also have a teaching program with respect. You provide classes as well, and that might be a link that gets into the creative process. So in other words, you're teaching people the fundamentals, but you're teaching people the fundamentals for a reason, as to those your students' creativity as well as your, let's say, your mentoring to help them advance their creativity.
Exactly.
And so I think that would help, kind of set the groundwork in terms of, this is what I'm about, and my basis for trying to advance my creativity is to help others advance theirs, so that they become more appreciative of, the designs that I create into concrete, dresses and things of that nature.
Yeah, true. I'm trying to push them into entrepreneurship. I want them to take the skills that they learned so that they could do consignment and take a little further, maybe someday open their own boutique. So it serves kind of like an incubator for designers or people who want to go in that field. So yeah, I get it. Thanks.
Yep.
Sure.
And so, and also, so like you shared, you just kind of pitched a little bit.
Oh,
So
okay.
you shared, and so now in your head, it sounds like you have priority. So it sounds like the entrepreneurship, the training, and the students, and then teaching them that then now they can open up their own boutique, and then either utilizing that as an incubator to put their stuff in the boutique, or so if you can create a flow so that people can see, you got the training, then you got the boutique, and then you also do custom design. And if you can flow that and keep it where it's not too long, but it's clear enough, then that's part of the pitch. And then also then saying, in order for us to accomplish these things, I am seeking, a certain dollar amount to either expand or new development or whatever the case may be. So you got to pitch that dollar,
Okay.
so that you can tell, or if it's equipment or whatever it is that you're seeking the audience. So whoever your target audience is, it might be that they can supply you equipment and stuff and not necessarily give you money. So that's why I say it's important to know who your audience is, because that's how you're going to pitch to them. But yeah, sounds good.
One other thing, when you were talking, Tamara, just kind of, I think it's a great idea as it relates to student consignments. In other words, if you got your classes, they're working on their projects, and they've reached something that in essence, becomes a tangible factor. Okay, then if you have some basis for allowing them to co-sign that work into your environment, it'll give them some exposure, but it'll also kind of give people a sense of your social conscious activities in helping people develop their skills.
Yep. Great. Any other comments? Any other questions? The line is open. Wesley holding his finger up saying, hold on. You gonna play something for us or something? You gonna play us some music first? No?
No, I was saying I gotta get my mic. Is the
Oh,
mic?
okay. I can hear you.
No, just kind of piggybacking off of what he was saying. It kind of like I could pitch, but it's like like I got so much to pitch, and it's kind of like going off of what Doretha, I don't know if that's her name, but kind of like what she was saying. It's like so much, and then once y'all start talking about the entrepreneurship, and it's like, I'm kind of dealing with all that stuff, because it's like, with the music, the nonprofit, as well as teaching, and just, so it's like in 30 seconds, it's like, I'm trying to write 16 bars, and I got to tell my whole life, and,
Yeah. So again, basically know your target audience.
Yeah.
That's going to help if you know your target audience, because you might not actually pitch all of that. If you're really, your primary is entrepreneurship, then that's what you're pitching, because your target audience is interested in that. Whereas if you're talking about music production, and you're pitching that, that might be a priority. So you will put that first. And then you would pitch the music production, your services, and your products and things that you provide. But if you know your target audience is kind of like you're trying to pitch, get students, youth involved in music and production and all of that, and you got an audience in front of you like a MacArthur Foundation or McCormick Foundation or a Chicago Community Trust organization or somebody like that who's interested in youth programs, then that's who you're pitching to. So you would talk about the youth programs prior to talking about just your music production. Now you can always add that, but more of your weight is going to be on the youth programs and a little bit on the music production.
Yeah. So one of the things that you've got going for you, Wesley, in a big way is that website of yours is really awesome. And you should be able to leverage off of the elements that you have embedded in your website to kind of highlight, visually highlight the things that you're engaged in and really the sense of energy that's within them.
Yeah.
So any of you all haven't seen his website, you need to do it. You need to look at that website. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah. Give us your URL, Wesley, or either type it in the chat box. Tell us where it is. Also, Wesley's been doing some kind of like, what is it called? Logic Pro
Just
trainings.
as far as like dealing with Pro Tools and Logic, which are the main like music production recording softwares, and I'm like webinars on both of them. I'm certified in Logic, and Pro Tools is kind of like the industry standard. So I've been using that, I don't know, since like 2004.
and so the thing is, you understand that. So as you're pitching, and maybe you're pitching because you need to build your classes, or you need to expenses for something, or you just want to advertise and you're pitching, that you go with what you know. So all of you've been in business for a while now. So there's a part of you that you kind of can flow with. All you're doing with your pitch though is organizing it. So that's why, you might want to try, like you, Wesley, you got a YouTube channel. You might want to just record something. All of you might want to just practice so you can see yourself and record it and try to see if you can put everything in categories. So you start out with just like you use a growth wheel, you start out with an introduction. Hi, my name is, our company is, we provide these type of services, or we provide this. And then you say who your target audience is that you're focusing on. And then if you got any other specialties, you may add that. And then you say, we're working toward expanding or starting a new program and that kind of thing to do this, this, and this. And we know we'll need this certain dollar amount in order to get that accomplished. We know that our program is can help, or our services can help anybody or everyday person or youth or whatever. And then you end it with, you can see some of our samples on our YouTube channel, on our website, or something like that. And then you close it out and say, thank you so much for your attention. If you need to reach us at, and you give a phone number or email, and then you say, have a nice day, just like Charlene did, close it out. So when you have a whole bunch of stuff, because you've been doing stuff for years, figure out who your audience is first and categorize what you're going to say to them, because all the other stuff they might not be interested in, or it's just good information, but you want to hit them with what you know that they might be interested in, And as you put that together, it's just like if you do a proposal or grant proposal, you have to put in and follow the template. What's the problem? How can you solve the problem? Who is your target audience? Who are your customers? What are you doing with your customers? What do you need to expand your customer base? How much have you done? How many years have you been doing this? And you close it out. So it's, you know, so use those tools in Live Plan as those headers to kind of guide you, as well as maybe a growth wheel, so that you stick to actually what you need to say. You know, now the elevator pitch, yeah, I said 30 seconds because it's in an elevator, but like other pitches, sometimes they give you 3 to 5 minutes to actually say something, which is a long time to communicate what you need to say if you're saying stuff that's not a repeat. So you never want to repeat and keep repeating over things that you've already explained. So that's why it's important to write it down, make sure that you got everything organized, and again, practice it. If you can memorize it and let it be a part of you, then that's the bonus. So that's why you take this time, you practice it over and over again, so that then when you get in front of an audience, some investors, some people that's going to give you some money, you can just flow with it and they can feel it, you know, and that's the whole thing. They need to be able to feel your passion. They need to be able to know that you know what you're talking about. They need to be able to know that you've already analyzed your numbers and you know how much you need. And they can tell that the way you communicate it. And the way you communicate that is to continually practice, practice, practice. So when it's time to put on the show, you can, and it'll be a good one.
Yeah. So I wanted to give you all an analogy in terms of what Tamara had to say about know your audience. Okay. A couple of years ago, Tamara knows this. We had several of our clients enter into the Englewood pitch competition. Okay. And I think 3 or 4 of our clients were part of the 8 finalists. Okay. And the focus of the Englewood pitch competition was not so much with respect to your business pitch, but more so on what you do in terms of supporting your community and the residents of Englewood. Okay. And so 2 women that I was coaching, we focused on that. More so than you know, going into a lot of details about their activity, but how their activity really helped the community and helped participants of the community. Okay, and as I was listening to all the pitches up there, I said, well, you know, our pitches aren't as good in terms of the business content, but our pitches were the best with respect to the support for the Englewood community. And 2 of our clients won first place for that pitch competition. And then, so it's a focus factor. It's a focus factor in terms of who's your audience and what do they want? What do they want to hear from you? You know, and if you can focus attention on that, and don't get sidetracked on extraneous things, because you don't have that much time to get sidetracked. Just focus on the things that matter.
Yep. Okay. Thanks, Ray. Any other comments? We're kind of coming down to just a minute left. Are we all good? Okay, so just to close out, what we want is to make sure you keep working on your business plan. So make sure you go into Live Plan. We've been making some comments to people's business plans. So make sure you put that information in Live Plan so we can keep rolling with that. Also, kind of work on the pitch sheets, either the Live Plan or your growth wheel one. Just type something in, fill it out, and then on Friday, if you feel comfortable enough, you can go ahead and pitch on Friday to us. Friday will be our last day with the cohort. So I just want to applaud you for hanging in there and sticking with us. I think you've done a great job thus far. So now we want you to keep working. So although no more class, keep working, keep reaching out to us, asking, getting the one-on-one advising and the coaching. We want to help you to accomplish your goals. If you have any success stories, things that you've been doing, we love to be able to share that as well. People are asking, how did this go? So want to make sure that if you have anything that's happening or success stories or things that you're seeing going on, make sure you send us an email and just let us know what's going on with you in your success stories. Or if there's some challenges, we want to know that too, so we can see if we can help you and guide you along the way. So again, if you ask for the services, the scholarship services, service scholarships, Jacob should be reaching out to you shortly if you received an email saying what type of services you wanted. So Jacob is working on, gonna be our consultant, so he'll keep doing that until he finishes the project. Also, we're doing the survey this week, so when we send that survey, we're asking that you take the time and go ahead and fill out the survey. We need the survey in order to see what we need to fix, improve, or keep the way it is. So that'll help us for cohort number 2, which will probably start in the latter part of September. We're gonna take a little break, but we're gonna move back into another 6 weeks and be able to offer this. So if you know some other people that you know, small businesses that are existing, that need help, and don't mind going through a training course, then we definitely want you to share their information. So any other questions? All minds clear? Okay, so you know where all our information is, you know where the documents are on the platform, you know where Live Plan is. So let's get on track and let's get to work.
One thing tomorrow, I'm sorry.
Sure.
How long you said would Live Plan be available to us after this cohort? How long?
Until I get ready to start the next cohort. So it'll be at least in the middle of September.
Okay.
Because I'm going to clear out the whole platform as well as Live Plan and re-engage it. Now, if you're interested in Live Plan, I can connect you to the people to see if you can get a discount rate. But we're gonna, because we have so many seats available in Live Plan, so want to make sure that we have the seats available for the next class. My suggestion would sign up for Live Cohort number 2, and then we'll keep you in there.
All right.
Okay, so tomorrow, I was just wondering, with respect to follow up on the question, will we have a archival copy of the of both of the platforms after it's out of access to our cohorts?
Yeah, so my suggestion is right now, you can actually create a PDF of Live Plan right now. And I believe you can convert it to Word as well. So you can actually do that now so that then you can work on it after your name comes off the platform. And that's also out of Live Plan. Also, if you want to utilize the platform, that's why I was suggesting go ahead and download the documents and whatever on your computer so that then you can get to them later, because when we clean that off or take the documents off and kind of start again, we want to make sure that you don't miss anything. So, but with the business plan, you should be able to actually create the business plan. I think you can export it or create it so it's a workable Word document in Live Plan and save that to your computer so that then you have a copy.
Yeah, just one other thing with respect to what Tamara just said, and that is that you archive what's on your plan, and then you have that, you know, electronically for future use. But remember, like the elements of the software you won't have. So in other words, you're not going to have interactive spreadsheets. Okay, they'll only be standalone spreadsheets. So if you change something on one of your spreadsheets, you're going to have to manually change the other spreadsheets, you know, to reflect that. Okay, when you do that on Live Plan, as an example right now, when you change something on Live Plan, it interactively changes all the other elements that you've got on the other spreadsheets. So,
Right.
you know, during, like if you're signing up for the second class, you'll still have more time with respect to being able to use that interactive, if you will, aspect of the financial spreadsheets, because that's the thing that I don't know of any other software that's out there that does it with respect to a business plan.
Yeah, so again, you know, even with Live Plan, if I'm not mistaken, it's about, the basic is about $14 a month. And I think you can actually transfer the information that you're typing here and actually pull it into your own account too, if that's something you want to do. So I don't think it's expensive. And then you can always cancel the subscription when you're done, and if you don't want it. And then the other suggestion is to take the data that you're putting in and export it to an Excel spreadsheet. Again, it's not going to be interconnected, but at least you will have the numbers. So, okay. All righty. Well, it's a little past 7 our time, 7 o'clock. Thank you so much for pitching, sharing your thoughts. And so hope to see you on Friday at 10 o'clock, which is our last class day. And, you know, if you have any questions in between, set up some time with us. I would suggest send me email. Sometime this platform thing, I don't get your communication. So just shoot me an email and say, hey, I need to talk to you. And we'll make that happen. So have a wonderful Tuesday evening. And I'll see you on Friday. Bye-bye.
All right.